do you feel that he is not the winner of the October 12th election?
Well, maybe let me just take you a little bit back. Well, yes, I endorse Issa Chiruma. It was a process. I'd met Issa Chiruma twice before endorsing him. I met him twice. Then I traveled. I sent him a letter in which I articulated, it was more of a private letter, certain things that if he assures me that he could do it for my people in this sense is the people of the Southwest and Northwest region, if he could do these things to them, I would endorse him and I would join him on the campaign trail. And I informed him that I'd never endorsed anybody. And I made sure, and I said clearly in my letter to him, that this is not about my personal gain. It's about the people that I feel that I represent, that I speak on behalf of them. That's what I assured him. To me, he was the people's choice. He was the candidate of the coalition. And when I talk about a coalition, I'm not talking necessarily about a coalition of political parties. In an interview that I'd given somewhere, I'd said that when the political leaders, if they fail to come together, the people and the civil society should come together and decide and determine their candidate. And that is what happened. So he was a coalition candidate of the people of Cameroon. And that's something which is important. So we did the campaign respecting the laws to the best of our abilities. And from the information that we got, Mr. Chiruma is supposed to have won the elections. And what was logical was that the Constitutional Council would respect ELECAM first. And subsequently, the Constitutional Council would respect the wishes and aspirations of the people who voted for Mr. Chiruma. Unfortunately, yesterday, the Constitutional Council, which is a body that was created by Mr. Biya, handpicked members of the council tailor-made to satisfy his whims and caprices, to play to his biddings, did the obvious in the eyes of those who appointed him as the winner of the election. It's unfortunate because it was a sad day, a bitter day for this country, for the progress that the gains that we have made as a country in terms of democracy and, openness. We took steps behind because of the fact that the wishes of the people wasn't respected by ELECAM and the Constitutional Council.
Like you said, it was really a sad day. We saw thousands of Cameroonians really in despair yesterday after the Constitutional Council proclaimed the President Paul Biya as winner. Barrister, I just wanted to find out from you, following up that discussion, because you said that when you reached out to Issa Bakari, the people of the Northwest and the Southwest regions were your main goal, they were your objective, they were the regions, people in these regions were the reason why you decided to endorse Issa Chiruma, because you believed that he is the man of the moment and that he could do something to end the conflict that started in 2016. Looking at the results in these regions that favored President Paul Biya, more than 80% in the Northwest, more than 60% in the Southwest. How do you feel seeing that? Because we've seen a lot of condemnations from people from these regions.
Maybe it was a farce. It's the biggest scam that has happened in this century. In the history of electioneering, racketeering, and theft, this would go down as the biggest in the history of humankind. If you were to equate these to the gravity of crimes, this would morph to a level of electoral genocide. That is the level. It is a crime against a people with an intent to show to the world that people who for the last 8 years have been displaced from their homes, have been arbitrarily arrested and detained, some have been maimed, their villages have been burned, they have not been able to go to school, their brothers and sisters are refugees. They would vote for the perpetrator of these heinous crimes against their people. This is the worst crime that I have seen in this country for a long time. It is embarrassing. It is disgusting. And I will tell you that the people who are part of this widespread and systematic election theft, they have lost any respect I have for them in my eyes. Whether you call them honorable, whether you call them chiefs, whether you call them senators, they are as midgetal in my eyes like anything. They don't need any respect in the eyes of anybody. You cannot tell me, it is unfathomable that you will tell me that in the Southwest and the Northwest, Mr. Bia had the scores they have. In places where the elections could not be rigged, in Fako, for example, he was clearly defeated. You know, they came up with imaginary votes. And this is something that was spearheaded by, said, the honorable members, senators, ministers. These are people who teach their kids that stealing, lies telling, fraud should be punishable. And they use that as a badge of honor. They are using that for them to maintain their position in government. They are dishonorable persons in my eyes. And I think in the eyes of every sane and reasonable person from the Southwest and Northwest, none of them. And I don't want to use very hard language like Bibi would say, I will spit on their graves, you know. But what they have done to the people of this region, it's so embarrassing. It's so shameful. And they have the audacity to do after parties, to celebrate. What are you celebrating? You're celebrating theft? You are celebrating scamming of people? I mean, you should be hiding your head somewhere. This is something that the people who have done this are supposed to bury their head in shame, not to be celebrating. I don't want to say their champagne party would end. Their champagne party is ended. It goes beyond the last kicks of a dying horse. It clearly showed that the people had risen up, just like how they rose up in 2016 and 2017 to say enough is enough. The people had risen up against those who have held them captive for all these years, for those who think only about themselves, for those whose priority is about themselves and the children, at the expense of...
So you are saying that the results that we saw from the Northwest and the Southwest did not exist and they are false.
No. These are just cooked up results. These are just cooked up results, and they know. Unfortunately for them, the people they are trying to please, their brothers in the party who are from East Cameroon, they know that these results were cooked up. So whoever thinks that this result would be used to reappoint him or her, their comrades know that these results were faulty. These results were cooked up. That's
Barrister.
So at the end of the day,